Hi everyone, good morning or good evening, wherever you are in the world. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Cheryl. I'm a professional business, life and English language coach, and I started this channel about 2 weeks ago with the view to offer guidance in many subject areas, either in business, life or English. Okay, and this topic that I'm covering here is about toxic relationships. These are not individual coaching sessions, so the guidance is general and also with the focus on you, not the other person or not the other group, but mostly about you. And the reason for this is to empower you. So those of you who are returning, thank you and welcome back. And I hope you've seen some improvements to your situation during this process. Today I'm going to do the third video in this mini-series on toxic relationships and what you can do if you are in one. In the first video, I have to think now, yes. In the first video, we covered some tips and questions that can help you identify if you're in a toxic relationship with an individual or a group. Second video, I covered some tips on what you can do to start to move forward. And in this video, we're going to bring it all together. So at this point of the process where we are today, hopefully you've identified if you're in a relationship with a toxic individual or group, that you started to think about what it is that you want from this relationship. You've created some space to have that distance between you and this individual or group. And you've done this in a very slow, subtle way, not to create harm to you or to anyone else in this process. And you've also thought about a healthy hobby or pastime that you can do and how often and when you can do this. You've also set the intention of that healthy hobby or pastime, actioned it, and are consistent. So you're following through, I hope. If you're doing all of this to do something for yourself, and well, not if you are, the main purpose of doing all of this is to do something for yourself. Find that window of space where you can distance yourself from the toxic individual or group. So, what's next? If you look back to when you started this whole process, have you noticed any difference about yourself? So has your own behavior or attitude changed or shifted? How has it shifted? Have you noticed a difference in the relationship? Has it remained the same or has there been a slight change? How has the other individual or group reacted to this small, subtle change and healthy change that you've made? Have patterns changed for the better or have they changed for the worse? And what about your own well-being during this? Are you sleeping better or are you worse? Are you eating healthier or less healthy? Are you starting to feel more in control of your emotions and thoughts? Or are you feeling like you're spiraling more out of control during this process? Have you decided if you would like to stay in this connection with this toxic individual or group, or have you decided that you actually want to go? Are you enjoying your hobby? You know, the time for yourself that you've now created. I hope so. When you set the intention for that hobby or pastime, did you really action it? Did you follow through? Have you been consistent? Remember, that would show not just a commitment towards the hobby or pastime, but a commitment to yourself. Be honest here, okay? There's no point trying to fool yourself because you will know if you've done it or not. If you haven't decided if you're staying or leaving, do you need some more time for yourself? Remember that from the second video, we start slowly, 15 to 30 minutes for yourself, 3 times a week, to start doing something very healthy for you. If you need more time, remember when we said you would find that little window of time, open it up, create more space, okay? So that you give yourself that time that you need to be able to make the right decision. As mentioned in previous videos, if you are in a highly toxic relationship, you most likely won't have time to go through this process. In which case, I strongly advise you to seek local and professional support as soon as possible. Don't waste time if you feel that your welfare is being compromised in any way or form. Now, in video 2, I just want to share with you that I was left a really nice comment that may be useful to others. So thank you for that. And in this comment, there was also a question asking if this person should leave or stay. From my end, I'm not in a position to decide that for anyone, not as a coach, and also not in a personal capacity if you were a really good friend as well, that I have a good bond with. Because that would not be my decision to make. Yeah, that is I wouldn't tell anyone what they should do, but to guide you more for you to find your own solution, yes. Coming back to the question, part of my answer was that if someone makes an important decision in a calm state rather than a highly emotional um, state, so where your emotions are really out of control and you make a decision. So if you make a decision, an important decision, particularly from a calm state rather than highly emotional, in the long run, we're not talking short term, but in the long run, it's likely that decision that you will make in a calm state of mind will be the right one for the right reasons at that time. Okay? We do not have a crystal ball, but it will be coming from a really good place and from the right place for the right reasons. This is really a benefit of working through and following the exercises in video 1 and video 2. It helps bring you out of that emotional state and into a more controlled state where you're engaging your thoughts. But I would like to add here that although we are engaging the thoughts more, to not ignore those gut feelings, that gut instinct, our second brain. It's very useful to keep that in your pocket or up your sleeve and listen to things that has to say as well. As you've gone through all of this, if you haven't decided if you're staying or if you're leaving with this individual or group, is there a workable solution? Can you think of something that may be more acceptable or workable for you during this time, whilst you're trying to decide what to do? Is this something you haven't yet thought about because finding a workable solution wasn't an option for you? But maybe at this point, it would be a really good option for you so that you can buy yourself a bit more space and time before you decide what to do. Because remember, you have really already identified that you're in a toxic relationship with an individual or a group. And it may take you time to decide what it is that you really, really want to do. So over the weekend, I was thinking about these videos Now I know why I've chosen the angle and approach that I'm coming at, but maybe it's not so clear to others. So in essence, what is the value of these videos? What do they give you? So I'm going to explain this a little bit more, and I hope that I can manage to explain it clearly as well. When we're presented with a situation that is toxic, harmful, or uncomfortable, our bodies and minds will automatically kick into survival mode. It does this to protect itself. So if you think of it in a way that a tiger will follow its prey, if that prey realizes what's going on or senses it, it will gauge into its survival moves to protect itself. These can typically be the fight or flight reactions, which we hear of, or it could be a reaction that I used to suffer from years ago, which was freeze. So we have fight, flight, or freeze. I will cover this more in a future video. So when our minds and bodies engage into one of these survival reactions, fight, flight, or freeze, it engages into a high level of stress. If this is a one-off situation, the brain and body will have time to regulate itself, calm down, and stabilize. If it constantly happens, then your body and brain will be functioning on a high stress level. And quite honestly, this is not sustainable without consequences. This regular high level of stress that your body and mind are functioning at can contribute to health issues and your overall well being. Until you move away from the intensity of the situation and create that space for yourself, you also might not even realize the level of stress in which you've become used to functioning under. So hopefully going through this whole process during these videos, you will create that space and you'll start to realize how it should be and how you should be feeling and how you should have some time for yourself, even that little bit, and remove yourself from a situation. And this will hopefully help you edge more and more over to healthier relationships rather than toxic. And it will also help you come to realization and to be able to decide what it is that you want from this. Okay. Do you want to stay in it? Do you want to leave? Do you want to find a workable solution? Making time for yourself, has it changed things to become more positive in the relationship? Which are the questions I was asking the first part of this video today. So the value of following these steps and dealing with it rather than sweeping it under the carpet. The long-term value is you, your health, your well-being, your life. Taking back your personal power and your personal value. When you're living in a constant state of survival, cortisol is released into the body. It creates that adrenaline, that high impact energy kick. If it's constant, it will affect your health and well-being one way or another. My question to you at this point now is, how much do you value your health? How much do you value your own well-being? Your happiness? How much do you value your personal power over your decisions? That's the value here. That's the real value here. And that's the importance of addressing these issues rather than wishing them away. If you still haven't worked on any of these exercises, I would say don't worry. It's really never too late to get started. And any step that you make, no matter how small, positive step in the right direction is the right way. Just go back to video 1, video 2, and begin. But you know, you have to action something. Just thinking about it and hoping that it's going to change without you starting to take your personal power back, it's very unlikely that anything will change unless the other people change or person change. Again, everyone is of free will. These videos are general. If you're in a highly toxic situation, seek professional and local support as soon as possible. Those of you who have the opportunity to manage the situation, be consistent. Action your intentions and give yourself some space, that breathing space. Even if you experience resistance from the toxic individual or group, nevertheless, keep going, keep moving forward. Because after all, at this stage, all you're doing is creating some small window of space 3 times a week for you to think, for you to do your hobby, to do something for yourself. It is perfectly healthy for everyone to have this time out away from other people and relationships and use that time for themselves. It's not a big deal in a healthy relationship. So you will probably, hopefully, start seeing and coming to realize this for yourself now. For those of you who are lost at this stage, whether you've begun the process or not, I would probably say you're stuck or in a dilemma and you just can't move or you don't know which way to go now. In which case, I can offer you a coaching session. I'm going to put the links below to video 1, video 2, and my website. Anyone who contacts me because you've come to me through YouTube, so you heard about me on this platform, I'll be offering a 50% discount for each coaching session until the end of this year, 2020. Sessions could be from anywhere between 20 to 90 minutes long. I put a maximum sort of limit on 90 minutes. I can do this, yes, and I can successfully coach someone out of a dilemma in 20 minutes, but I like to give adequate time in each session because everyone's situation is very individual and you might just be coming in for that dilemma, you sort it, help you get through it, and then you carry on your merry way and move forward. And we can talk about that in the session. You may also reach out to me through email, and if there's any other topic that any of you would like me to touch on in the videos, let me know. If you want me to go through anything deeper, I will. And also feel free to share your ideas in the comments below. Excuse me a bit today, I might seem a bit serious. I'm very tired. I have a son in secondary school, and last week, this is going to be, I think, every week, even in 2021, he was at homeschooling, then back at school, then back at home, and it's just been, whoa. Controlled chaos, I would say. If I seem a bit more like today, I was just like, I still need to do my video, whatever else is going on. So thank you for watching me. Please feel free to reach out. Please keep your comments very polite and respectful so that we can keep this channel as a really good, supportive channel for everyone. Thank you all for watching. I wish you the best of luck in all your individual journeys and take care. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you and bye.